That's right, everybody. What's true? Welcome to the Zenjaverse. Oh, I'm pretty pumped today. It's episode 4. We're going to do the Simplicity Special. One of the main reasons for that is I was wanting to work on that anyway, but a lot has gone on. So much, fam. So much has gone on. I had, 3-4 hours worth of Zoom calls today with the writers group at THI. Oh, wow. What a whirlwind of just loving energy that was. It was super fantastic, everybody. So much going on there. There's THI groups opening up all over the world, a lot happening, and we want that to get done right. So taking a lot of steps. I'm excited to share these things with you, but today's going to be a little bit different because it is I only have about 5 hours of the entire show this week. What? 5 hours of the entire show? That's right. So what you see following is what I'm going to cook up for you. There's going to be quality in that time. I didn't want to not do the show, but it's been wild. My internet's been getting hammered. I mean, I've had a lot of computers bricked and a lot of things go nuts. But I'm telling you, I'm locked out of the clouds. I can barely interact with Facebook. I mean, it's like I can't. I mean, if this show goes on, I'll be kind of surprised. But a lot has happened, plus Mother's Day, and just the list goes on and on. You know what it's like. I'm sure you're busy people. So we're gonna do this thing anyway, because you know how it is when there's so much going on. It's kind of crazy. Instead of feeling overwhelmed, you just, you center, you ground, you shield. You take a deep breath. Let Mama Midgard and just that nature energy fill you up. Let that just source light just fill your heart, and look around at all those challenges and be like, that's all? We got this. So I hope you enjoy the show. Mwah. Simplicity. I am not your interpretation of me. I am not what you think that you see. Your box won't fit my infinity. I'm proud to be so easy to please. One love, one breath, one step, no time. Left a hill of bones behind. On every rock you'll ever find. I'm not confined, I'm made of mind. Galaxies in all dimensions. Sentient sin, crave perfection. Angels envy suits of skin. Demons shudder, Elohim. Adonai, Amen, Ra shine on. Love and storms in Babylon. Michael's arc and wings enfold. At least that's what my soul's been told. I am not your interpretation of me. I am not what you think you see. Your box won't fit my infinity. I'm proud to be so easy to please. Simplicity. Yeah.
Simplicity.
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 Yeah.
Simplicity.
One love, one breath, one step, no time. Left the hill of bones behind on every rock you'll ever find. I'm not confined, no, baby, I'm made of mind. And galaxies in all dimensions, sentient sin, crave perfection. Angels in their suits of skin. Demons shudder, Elohim.
Simplicity.
Yeah, Adonai, Amen. Ra shine on. Love and storms in Babylon. Michael's arcs and wings enfold. At least that's what my soul's been told. I am not your interpretation of me. I am not what you think you see. Your box won't fit my infinity. I'm proud to be so easy to please. Yeah, simplicity.
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 Simplicity. Simplicity.
Okay, so we have a super appropriate Starseed submission here today. It's a rainbow dragonfly hanging from a window inside of a van. It looks like somebody wants to spread their wings and travel. Someone wants to get out there and see lots of beautiful things and really take a journey. Thank you for letting us take a journey with your submission. All right. So, yeah, there's that. That's pretty nice stuff, isn't it? We are going to go into the oldest trick in the book. What? Now that means we're going into trick 3 in the oldest trick in the book. And, you know, have you been wondering what that's going to be? Right? We had trick 1, look a badger, right? We had trick, which is also known as misdirection. So there's that. Go and check that out if you haven't seen it. There's also trick 2. Who remembers what trick 2 is? You two fight. That's right. So what's a super crazy old trick that's going to kill like 13 birds with one stone, cause real problems to everybody around, that the bad guys can milk, that we don't want to fall for? Why don't we take a peek? Okay, the third oldest trick in the dustiest, oldest, nastiest book there is drum roll, be on top. That's right. Be on top is amazing to control people. Now, how do we do this, right? Now, if we can convince people that someone needs to be on top, we can milk the human propensity for ego, the idea of control. We create us and them, controllers and controlled. Instead of cooperation, we have competition. We create classes, us and them, haves and have-nots. We create envy. Okay, and look, so we got Lord 13 named Dragon Wiener on top, and everybody's trying to be this guy. And what are we teaching our children? Look at this confused little child. I mean, our children just want to like be with their mothers and Mama Midgard and hang out with their families and learn and just grow and you know, just be in the moment. But no. We've got to like fight for the top. We got to be, you know, standing up there bigger, better, badder than everybody else with our titles and whatnot. Now, these people on top, we could just take them out. But no, right, we're convinced instead of getting rid of these fools, that we need to be up there, right, with all the money and the gold and the status and nonsense. Now, the thing is, these people aren't that tough. You could knock them out in 2.9. I'm not even kidding. I mean, you could just, you know, you could step to just the average DJ in Brooklyn, right, and point out one of these clown bankers that's like, you know, on top, right? And you could say, hey, see that dude over there? And the average DJ from Brooklyn would be like, you mean that punk bitch that my moms could roll up? And then I would be like, yeah, him, but we're trying not to use the B word anymore. And then the average DJ from Brooklyn would be like, that's cool. So then I would say, guess what that fool calls himself? And the average DJ from Brooklyn would be like, Easy Pickings? And of course, you know, at this point, I would laugh and I'd be like, no, Lord High Illuminated Sovereign Grand Dragon of the Royal Secret. And the average DJ from Brooklyn would take just one glance and be like, him? That clown looks fake as food. And I'd be like, word. And the average DJ from Brooklyn would be like, he wouldn't last 2 blocks where I'm from, and I don't even live in a particularly bad neighborhood. We're going to roll up on him or what? And then I'd be like, nah, Kim Possible is already on that tip. Plus, we the loving types. And yo, we got street level plans anyway. And the average DJ from Brooklyn would be like, nice, what's up? And then I would go on to explain how these guys on top are no longer where they think they are. And I would love it if everybody could look into the Man World Holding Trust and take a peek at what's going on with the People's Club, you know, and really get a handle on how we have made, well, the Man World Holding Trust, Kim and a whole team has made amazing progress. And we have a better opportunity than ever to stop caring about who's on top, stop trying to be on top and cooperate. This is so essential, fam. If we don't really take the opportunity to take this moment of clarity where we realize that this whole us and them nonsense has got to stop. If we don't seize this moment and just draw a line in the sand, we're really missing out. So look around and see if you're really trying to be on top. If you really believe in this, you know, controllers and controlled, us and them, haves and have-nots nonsense, and make every little change you can in yourself and your community, because you know and I know that will make a massive difference. There it is. So now you've seen it. Let's see how we can make that apply, We're going to go on to the Q&A section. Q&A with Zenja. Q&A with Zenja. Wait, did his mama really name him Zenja? No, is the answer to that one. So, I asked a lot of questions this week about what's going on with the THI groups popping up all over the world. That's super fantastic. Just one little step at a time. Let's take 10 steps, not 11. You ever seen anybody do that? Yeah. So, patience, let's do it right, and let's do it with the right timing. Let's all step together on that. I also been getting asked questions about how the book is coming, the THI book. Whoa! Boy, yeah, I would love to talk about that. Also, too, people ask a lot about proposals, and I have some I'd love to share with you. Some have been kind of like thrown around in my head, about simplicity, about making better choices, setting a better example for my kids, but what's better for the earth, what's better for all life on it, that kind of thing. And also, too, how did the interview go with Rob E.T.? So I'm going to ask a lot of that. Let's jump into the next section, and we're just going to call this the Q&A Simplicity Special. I'm going to answer all those... Ansel. Is that a word in any language? I'm going to answer all those questions in one fell swoop, if I can do so. And by the way, and I'll add in there if I can, people are asking about wishing Happy Mother's Day to that very special Mrs. Zenja. I'll pass that along. And so I'll wrap some of that up in here too. And here we go. Simplicity Q&A. What have I been thinking about in regards to all these questions? I was thinking about van life. That's right. This is going to be phase 1. This is the quick and dirty here. I mean, I put a little time into this, of course, but I've been thinking about simplicity a lot, and really stripping down and getting back harmonious with the vibration of the earth, and with my family and the people around me, my community, and being able to reach out more and be more mobile. I don't want my kids to be locked in a school, like a classroom, reading about the Grand Canyon. I want them to go to the Grand Canyon, or reading about, or talking to their friends on a screen in New York City, when we could go visit friends in New York City and maybe help out there and share, So I was just thinking about how, with a family of 4, if you've got one person, all 4 of them living in one whole house, and all that means, and that carbon footprint, or however you want to put it, just that environmental impact. And we're driving back and forth to 2 different works every day, different jobs. Each of those buildings and their staffs and all that stuff costs money to run, and it's just a lot. It's more than we need. It's a lockdown, and I really was thinking about it, all the housing costs, the power consumption, insurances, taxes, expensive repairs. Your roof gets smashed on, material stuff upon more stuff, time wasted driving constantly from one indoor location to another indoor location, etc. I mean, you can figure that out, and you look, it's just a cluster. It's a mess up there. And it just seems like you're just burning a lot of petroleum products. And look at that. It's costing all of that about $1,210,000, I figured out, to keep those businesses up and running, and the staffs and the people and the family and the expenses. When what you really want is simplicity, freedom, growth, service, travel, sharing, helping, healing, presence, harmony, integration, and valuable family time. Right? That's what you really want. Live your dream and do what you're really meant to do, what you're supposed to do. So I thought, what if you could strip all that down, take that, just big polluted, $1.2 million mess, which is costing around, depends on the circumstance, but, in this case, let's call it $190,000 annually to keep all that stuff going. And maybe that doesn't all cost, go directly to the cost of running our family, but those are expenses that are incurred because of our presence there, and all the, impact environmentally due to that. When what you really want is, your dream life. So I was wondering if I could strip that all down to like $77,000, right? All of that mess, like just put it all into one. And I kind of have 3 dream jobs, right? I really want to, well, or I have more than that, but I love writing, I love art, I love music, I love doing this show. I want to serve others. And I really started breaking down the costs of what it would take to put it all into a van. What if I could do 3, 4, 5 jobs, like, and have it not be a struggle, what it's meant to do. And so I really started, you can freeze this, and you'll notice I started putting in water, and I put in solar, and I really did a lot of research, and I broke the money down to what it would cost. I was like, can I get this down to $77,000 or less? And so you'll notice I started piecing together what it would take to take my my employment on the road and be where I need to be when I need to be there with my family. And you'll notice I got everything down to less than $50,000. What? And you think, yeah, Zenja, but what does your wife think about this? Yo, check it out. It was her idea. She's a genius. And she can put her van together, right, for $27,000. So we'll check this out. And we can get a dog. So for $77,000, we get 2 vans, a dog, strip our life down. Now, if we can do this, $44,000 a year for me, $44,000 a year for my wife is a total of $88,000 a year. Family of 4, serving others, setting a better example for our children, living the dream, off the grid, minimal harm to Mama Midgard, simpler and minimalist, more time with family. It goes on and on. Do this for yourself, like run this mental exercise. It was great for me to kind of just draw it up, do these doodles and put it down and really think about a new way of living, thinking differently. If I've learned one thing from Mr. Thomas Williams, it's that thinking differently from all directions is very helpful, and I think it can move me towards having a better life with my family. And my wife would love to do it. Take a year-long road trip, just strip our life, sell everything we can and strip it down and try to build this. So my wife kind of proposed this to me, and I'm just, proposing this to you. Everybody think about this, a new way of being harmonious. If you want, you call it what you want, your teepee on wheels, call it your integrated harmonious movement, your new life, however you want to look at it. I just feel like I need something more simple and refined, and I want to be with the people I need to be with when I need to be with them, doing what I'm meant to do in service to others, period. And so, we're thinking big about this, and I ain't gonna lie, you know what I mean? Right now, like, until we sell the house, we kind of broke, that's just what that is. That's just math. That's numbers. That's how that goes sometimes. But I think it's a realistic dream. If you look at those numbers, you're like, man, you could do that for $77,000. Get your whole life into 2 vans, get a dog in the meantime, and spend a year just living a new life and sharing your love. And then, when you come back, if you want to buy a piece of property, if you've been living like that for a year, having the best life with your family, just growing and homeschooling, when you come back, you could be living in your vans while you build your dream home on that little piece of property, and it would probably be a simple integrated home, and you would set a good example for the world and for your kids, and I think that's important. So I've been thinking about that a lot, and it's kind of the new me mindset in trying to just improve in every way I can. Okay, which brings us to THI's most handsome, Rob E.T. Tamati Tuwaka. Oh, wow. What a wonderful gentleman, a big soul brother in the heart and mind and wisdom, and just a real inspiring person to me. I had technical difficulties. I had the best 56-minute conversation with Rob, and it was just magical, and I'm still trying to retrieve the audio. Yes, this is a screen cap, but I didn't get the audio. I'm trying to get it back so badly right now. Anyway, so hopefully I'll be able to get that out to you guys. I just wanted to say, though, however, that it was one of the best experiences ever, and I really mean that. Just having the opportunity, it was one of the best conversations I've ever had. I just wanted to keep going. We were already talking about just having a part 2, and as soon as I could, I wanted to get down to New Zealand and share his wisdom and his energy and his space. He was talking about things from, he just comes from a different background, and he had so much to share about, energy and people and the now and moving forward, and how all human beings share the same basket. And he was speaking to me in his native language about some of the just primary foundational awarenesses and his background. And if you haven't met Rob and you're a member of THI, I highly recommend checking him out. He has a show on Spreaker. His latest show, Show 23, had one of the most wonderful pieces of music on it. Oh my goodness, I didn't even speak the language, and it was like practically bringing tears to my eyes. It was a lovely duet. And so, Rob, I was so sad. I wasn't trying to be unprofessional. I tested it out. I recorded before, and everything, so I could get it, and I didn't. So I'm super sorry. I wanted to share. See, there's a little orange recording icon up there. I wanted to share his magic with the world, and I'm going to find another way to do that. And maybe it's just, how it's supposed to be, and technical difficulties happen. But I just want to say thank you so much, Rob, for that moment. And I'm going to try to find again a way to share his light with the rest of the people. He's one of the people that inspired me. He kind of came out of the ET closet before I did, and helped me along that path. So thank you for all you've done for me already, sir. I just love you, man. And which kind of brings us to the book. We talked about the book a little bit in the group of people that's working on that. And I don't want to say too much about it right now, but I just do want to say that Rob and I kind of agree. We agreed totally, actually. And I want to share this with all the gentlemen and boys out there. Those of you men who have never had the honor and privilege of getting behind a group of powerful women with a good idea, you are missing out, boys. Because let me tell you something. You get behind powerful women with a good idea and strong hearts and the willingness and ability to get it done, and you just support them, you just get their back, and you just believe in them and their vision and their dream, and you contribute in any way you can, you will be both impressed and inspired. It is a sight to behold. So I have to just give a shout out to the powerful women in the THI writers group who inspired all the men who witnessed it. So listen up, guys. They're real. Not to mention the fact that the work is incredible, just so inspired by Thomas and THI and all the research those people have done, those amazing people. And also just a big shout out to Marcel. The art is just fantastic, and I can't say too much. I don't want to say too much, but just look forward to something very special and inspired as a gift of thanks to everyone. All right, so I'm in my car. Y'all know what time it is. That means it's about time for some music. Thank you for tuning in into the show. And I just I really needed to just get it out there to you guys and do the show anyway, even though I didn't have a ton of time. Priorities, right? I want to get things right. I want to do things properly, not in a hurry. I don't just want that to be something I say to my kids. I want that to be something I practice. And I still make a lot of mistakes at this age, but I don't want to keep making the same ones, and I want to follow through on getting this show out to you guys. So anyway, it's been a blast. Thank you for tuning in. I really hope you enjoy the next piece of music. And oh, by the way, next week, hopefully I'll have that Robbie T interview. If not, we'll see what happens on the length of the show. But I love you all very, very much. Thank you for everyone out there who puts up with my craziness and inspires more of it. The next piece of music is something back from the early 2000s that I did with a guest vocalist, The Runaways. So it's called A Diamond Loves Pressure. And so I hope you like it. yeah, I just, you know how it is sometimes. You just, there's a lot of pressure out there, but don't let it crush you, okay? Let it turn you into a diamond. I mean, we're stars. We can take it, okay? And we're here to help and love you. So you know how it is. Here it comes. Yeah, we'll just do this. Zenja out.
Before that night was done, she said no one ever said that life is fair, so I'ma go ahead and say it now. You get what you give, that's how it goes, and it all comes around somehow. Well, everything in moderation, that includes moderation too. And every time you point your finger, my friend, you got 3 pointing back at you. I see a diamond loves pressure, and brother, so do I. So I clean my soul that's black as coal, because one day we all gonna die. Yeah, diamond loves pressure, and brother, so do I. So I clean my soul that's black as coal, because one day we all gonna die. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Tell me no secrets, and I'll tell you no lies, cause the diamond loves pressure, and brother, so do I. So I clean my soul that's black as coal, because one day we all gonna die. Yeah, diamond loves pressure, and brother, so do I. So I clean my soul that's black as coal, because one day we all gonna die. Hallelujah. 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 We all gonna die someday. So I swing my tail and cast my spell and get a little bit bigger every time I fail. Well, I don't like static, but I got a set of knuckles. Hit me with the buckle of your belt and I chuckle. I got me the vision, so I see like a hobo. Lucky with the pen, so I burst in the bubble. See, I got 3 sex in heaven, but I ain't in no hurry to leave. Cause 1 or 2 things that I still wanna do, and something that I wanna believe. Cause the diamond loves pressure, and brother, so do I. So I clean my soul that's black as coal, because one day we all gonna die. Yeah, diamond loves pressure, and brother, so do I. So I clean my soul that's black as coal, because one day we all gonna die. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
I saw a creature, naked, bestial, who squatting upon the ground held his heart in his hands and ate of it. I said, "Is it good, friend?" "It is bitter, bitter," he answered. "But I like it because it is bitter, and because it is my heart, and because it is